Hi, welcome to our class today. This is math class, and today I want us to check what we did before we went for a break, midterm break. This is a paper that Uthiru Junior School did, and it's a math paper I've projected for you so that we can be able to look at it. I want us to do correction of this paper, and I would expect that even you have somewhere to write. You're having a place to write the correction of this paper because it is important. If you have the paper, then best for you. You can just find a space in your working instead of repeating the question. You can just be doing the correction in the spaces that you left when doing the paper. So we have this paper. It's a very uh, important paper for us to do correction. Correction is important so that we don't repeat the same mistakes. So I want us to look at this paper and be with me and be writing somewhere because math we need to be writing. We cannot do correction without writing somewhere. So I hope the question is clear. You can see the question. You can see the words are clear for you. And if it's not clear, please let me know in the comment section so that I can do some adjustments so that the paper can be clear. Yeah, there's some writing. This is a paper done by students. And so some writing there, we will ignore them, but focus on the main important thing. So welcome to this session. I want us to begin immediately. So you can read the question with me. The question here reads, determine the total value and the place value of digit 5 in the number that you've been given, which is this number is a bit huge. I believe is what is this number? If I put a comma here, I put a comma here. This is 851,627,309. So the question has 2 marks, and we are required to get the total value and again the place value of digit 5. So for us, I will partition my working space like that. At the first point, I want to get the total value, total value of this. So it means the total value has 1 mark and the place value has the other mark. So if I write the number like this, we have 851, we have 627, and we have 309. We have the total value of this 5. So 5 is here. Let me drop the 5 here so that you have the 5 there. All the other numbers on your right, you turn them to be 0. So you have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then here you put 8. This 8, you don't turn it, you just drop it the way it is. So the total value of 5 in this number, that is our answer. If I come to the place value of this, I'll just come and write the number again, 851, 627, 627. Then you have 309. So we begin by identifying the place value of every digit until we get to 5. So the place value, of course, the decimal is somewhere here. So the place value of this one is ones. We have tens, we have hundreds, we have thousands, we have tens of thousands, we have 100 of thousands, we have millions, then you have tens of millions. So the place value of 5 is tens of millions, tens of millions. So we have the mark for total value and the mark for the place value. We go to question number 2. In the year 2005, the number of learners who joined grade 1 was 2,208,000. Then you have 892. So we have that number. We want to write this number in symbols. We want to write in symbols. This means that you've been given in words, then you want to write in symbols. So I'll come and write like this. I begin with the 2 million. So we have the 2 million here. 2 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you have 208,000. So 208,000. 208, 1, 2, 3. That is 1,000. Then you have 892. So you have 892. If I add this, sorry for congesting my work there. So we have, let me go some steps. We have 892. 892. Then I try and add this one. So here I add that you have your 2, you have your 9, you have your 8, you have 8 here, you have 0, you have 2, then you have 2 here. So my number here, it's supposed to be 2, 2, then you have 0, 8, then you have 8, then you have 9, and you have 2. So this is 2,208,892. That is our answer for number 2. The next one, we want to round off the number in symbols to the nearest hundred of thousand. So I'll come and write 2, 2, the number above, 228, then you have 8, you have 9, 2. We want the nearest, we want to round off. The instruction here is to round off to the nearest hundred of thousand. So I'll come first of all identify where is 100 of thousand. And of course, the same way we are reading the place value of this, I'll begin. This one is ones, we have tens, we have hundreds, we have thousands, we have tens of thousand, we have 100 of thousand. So 100 of thousand lies here. And because we are rounding off, you normally check the number that is before that digit that lies in 100 of thousand. So what I am concerned, first of all, this is the number that lies in 100 of thousand. But because I'm rounding off, in rounding off, I have to check the number before. If it is more than, if it has reached 5 and above or less than 5. So the 0 here is less than 5. So if it's less than 5, I don't add here 1. I just drop the numbers the same way they are. Then the other numbers on my right, I turn them to be 0. So we have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer will be 2, 2, 0, then 5 zeros, and 2, 3, like that. So we have my answer like that. We have our answer like that. Then the next one, I hope I'm not moving very fast. I want us to at least to compress this work in one session. So the other question is identify the odd numbers, even numbers. So you want to identify odd numbers, you have the even numbers, and you have the prime numbers. Now, before we start even to identify, we need to ask ourselves, what are odd numbers? Odd numbers are numbers that they end with 1, we have 3, we have 5, we have 7, and so on and so on. Even numbers are numbers that end with 0. You have 2, we have 4, and so on and so on. Then the prime numbers are numbers that has only two factors, 1 and itself. So they are numbers with only two factors, 1 and itself. So if I begin here with odd numbers, then here you have even, and then here you have the prime numbers, So if I come and try to identify them, let me begin with the odd number. We go one number at a time. This one is odd number. No, it's not an odd number. This one is an odd number. Yes, 31 is an odd number. What about 42? No. What about 67? Yes, 67 is an odd number. What about 75? True, 75 is an odd number. What about 84? 84 is not an odd number. 93, yes, is an odd number. 86, no. What about 79? 79 is an odd number. When you come to even numbers, even number you can see is the opposite of these ones. So we begin here. 20 is an even number. 20 is an even number. We have 42. We have 84. Then you have 86. The others are not even numbers. Now, prime numbers, they are numbers with only two factors. So if I come here again from this on, 20 is not, because 20 has more than two factors. You can have three and not 4 multiplied by 5 can still give you 20, and even 1 multiplied by 20 can give you 2 multiplied by 10. It has more than that. 31, yes. There is no other way of getting 31 apart from multiplying 1 and itself. The second one, 42, no. You can see 2 multiplied by 21. So many ways you can get 42. 67, there is no other way apart from 1 multiplying by 60, 67. So 67 is a prime number. Then the next one, we go to 75, no. 84, no. 93, no. 93, this number is divisible by 3. So it means when you even take 31 multiplied by 3, will give you 93. So this is not a prime number. 79, yes, 79. And I would wish you try to see whether indeed these numbers are prime numbers. So that is what we had for the first section. If I go to the second page, let me pick the second page. The second page, let me pick page 2. We open that, and yes, so this is what we had in page 2. And in page 2, we want to, the first question here, I believe, I don't know whether it is clear. Let me confirm. We want to work out the following. So the number here, let me rewrite. It is 12, 5, 7. Then you have 4, 5, 9. Of course, we are adding. And if I'm adding, the second number I begin from my farthest right. So I'll begin here by 1. Then you have 4. You have 2. You have 8. You have 3. Then you have your 4, and you have the 4 here. So what we are doing here, the instruction here, we are adding. And if I'm adding, let me see what I will get. So if I add here, this will be 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. So 0 carry 1. This is 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 0 carry 1. Then 1 plus 4. This one is 5. 5 plus 2. That one gives me 7. 7 plus 8. This one gives me 15. So 5 carry 1. Then 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 3. This one gives me 9. Then you have 2 plus 4. This one is 6. And 1 plus 4. This one gives me 5. So my final answer is 569. Then you have 5700. So this is my final answer. The second one, is this. Let me work it out here. So we have 3 27, 327. You have 4 5 5. You have 318, 318. This is the number. Then we are subtracting. So here the instruction is subtract. And the arrangement, I begin from my farthest right here to see how this one looks like. So I have my 6, you have 0, you have 1, you have 2, you have 4, then you have 3, you have 4, and you have 3, 4, 9. Hope I've copied the right thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. Then I start subtracting here. Now to subtract, of course, we know what is that. To subtract, of course, 8 minus 6, that one is 2. 1 minus 0, that one is 1. And then 3 minus 1, that one gives me 2. 5 minus 2, that one gives me 3. 5 minus 4, that is 1. 4 minus 3, that is 1. Then 7 minus 4, that is 3. And 2 minus 9, this one is impossible, so I have to borrow 1 here. I remain with 2, so that they become 12. 12 minus 9, that one gives me 3. Then here I remain with 3. So my answer is supposed to be like that. You get your 2 marks for getting that. You can see I'm trying to organize my work. I am trying to illustrate where I start and where I end. So our work should be more organized, even more than mine. So the next number is a farmer harvested 1,000 bags, is 1,000 bags of maize from his farm. If he sold all the bags of maize at shillings 12,965 per bag, how much money did he get? So you're told that a farmer harvested 1,000 bag. So 1, 2, 3 bags. Then he sold each bag. So one bag selling at shillings 12,965. So what is the total amount of money? So one bag is going for this amount. He sold this at one bag at shillings 12,965. What about 1,000 bag? So if one bag is this amount, what about 1,000? I am supposed to multiply here. So I will take 12,965. I am multiplying by 1, 2, 3, 1,000. Now, this one, there are so many ways of working out this, but anytime you're multiplying with a number like 110, 1,000, 10,000, numbers with just zeros like this, it's also your work has been made easier when you're multiplying with a number like this, because you just have to write 12,965, this number. Then this number of zeros you just add here ahead of that number, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. So you have this one as your final answer. You have this one as your final answer. Okay, so of course, I know there is another method of working out like this. I take 12,965, then I'm multiplying by 1,123. It's still okay. You can work it out and see what you'll get, because this will be still correct. But I believe, because there is no specific way you've been instructed to follow this, to work out this problem, uh, let us learn something new about this. I saw my students, most of them were following up with this one. This one is for more when the numbers are not, we do not have zeros here. It's will be limited to follow this method. But if it is a number like 10, 100, 10,000, 100,000, like that, 1, then zeros. You just write the number here. This number is what I've written here. Then ahead of that, I've written the number of zeros that you have there. The next one is this one. And this one I am dividing here. So this one is division. We are dividing this number like that. I don't know whether my space is enough, but what I am supposed to do, we are taking 8, 48, 392, then you have 6, 848, 392, 392. This number is being divided. Hope I won't congest my work. We are dividing by 316. Dividing by 316. All right. So here, of course, I ask myself, can 316 go into 8? No. Can it go into 84? No. Into 848? Yes. So how many times? I work out. It's good you organize your work and you just work it clearly to see what your answer will be like. But make sure your work is clean. And because my space here is not enough, I'll just write for you the answer, but the method is this one. This is what you'll have the 3 marks here. Or else, you can drag this work on my left here, then every work in mathematics, every work should be visible. So I write for you the answer. For example, I expect you to follow this procedure. 816 goes here how many times? 2 times. Because of what? I write 316, I multiply by 2, this one is 12, carry 1. 2, this one is 3, then you have 6. So you write for me 6, 32, and then you subtract. This one is 6, this one is 1, then here you had 2, like that. Then you drop this number like that, and you continue to see how many times does 316 go into 2163, and you realize that your final answer will be 26 847 0.8. I've already done the working, so you can confirm whether the answer will be like that. We have some other decimal here, but I believe if you get this one right, then even the others, you can be able to get it right. So allow me not to work out everything here, but this is how you'll check your answer. So you can try, you can go ahead and work it out to see what your answer will be like. Okay, the next one is this one, and this question, and what we have here. I want to check whether these numbers are divisible by 9. A minute, let me confirm something here. Yes. So I want to check whether this number is divisible by 9. So a number is divisible by 9. Divisibility test for 9 is that if the sum of the number will give you a number that is divisible by 9 or a multiple of 9. So I will try and add. I'll take 6 plus 0 plus 6, which is 6 plus 0 plus 6 gives me 12. Is 12 divisible by 9? No. Therefore, 606 is not divisible by 9. Yes, because this number is not. This 9 cannot go into 12 without leaving a remainder. So this is not. And therefore, the whole of 606 is not divisible. If I take 2 plus 4 plus 3, the answer here is 6 plus 3, that one is 9. 9 is divisible by 9. Therefore, 243 is divisible. Is divisible by 9. So you get your 1 mark there. This one, the next number here is 7875. 7875. So So 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5. And 7 plus 8, that is 15. 15 plus 7, that one gives me 22. 22 plus 5, that gives me 27. 27, yes, 27 is divisible by 9. 27 is divisible by 9. Therefore, 7875 is divisible by 9. Good. So you get your 1 mark there, you get your 1 mark there, you get your 1 mark there. So I discourage the long method of trying to divide the whole of this number. Just use the divisibility test uh, of 9 to get your answer clear. You can see it's 1 mark, so they expect you not to follow the long method, but the shorter one to get your answer. That long method of dividing the whole of this, if you're given a huge number, it is time consuming. Right. We go to the next one, which is the next page. And the next page is page 3, if I'm not wrong. Page 3, pick that one. And page 3 is this one. Right. Again, something that is important here. We ask ourselves, complete the following factor. Here you had x, and how to get x is just 2 multiplied by 36. That one gives you 72. And so the x here, the value of x is 72. Then 36 divided by 2, that only gives you 18. Then I believe this is 2. 18 divided by 2, that only gives you 9. This one is 2. Then 9 divided by 3 gives you 3. So that is how your diagram was supposed to be like. Now express x, and x, you say that x is 72 here. So express 72 as a product of its prime factors. Here is easy. As a product, product means multiplication. So it's prime factor. So I'll come and pick this, multiply by that, multiply by that, multiply by that, multiply by that. So I'll say it is 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. And you get your 1 mark. So I've expressed it as a product. Product is multiplication of its prime numbers. The next one, what is the smallest number that can divide 9 and 21 without a remainder? We are taking a number that can be divided. No, sorry, can be divided. So if it is to be divided, it means that the answer should be a huge number. Of course, here the question is whether it should be a GCD or LCM. But how to solve that one is to ask yourself, should I expect my answer to be a huge number, or more, a number that is more than this or smaller than this? GCD, of course, will give me smaller than this, but LCM will give me bigger than these numbers. Okay, so if it is to be divided by this, it means it's supposed to be a huge number. So I'm supposed to get the LCM. So 9 and 21. A number that can divide this one is 3, which is 3. Then you have 7. You have 3. You have 1. You have 7. Then you have 7. You have 1, 1. So that the LCM, it is 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7. This is the same as 9. You multiply. This 2 is the same as 9. 3 multiplied by 3, 9. Then you multiply by 7, which gives me 63. All right. Still checking so that I cannot be shut out of time. Okay, we have the next one. We want to work it out. This is 1042. We are adding 980. Then you're dividing by 140. Then you subtract 31. Then you multiply by 4. You multiply by 4. I'm sorry, I have to let me extend the next of the working to the next video. So make sure you check the next video so that I can be able to continue from number 10. So let me open the next video. I'll just give the same topic, but now part 2 of this one. Welcome to the second video. All right, this is the second video. We've already done the first part in the first video, so this is the second part. And let us continue from where we stopped. Of course, if I look at the sum, of course, the concern here is where should I start? And of course, we have BODMAS. BODMAS, we know that means brackets of division, multiplication, addition. Then you have subtraction. So I ask myself, do you have brackets? You do not have brackets. Do you have off? You don't have. Do you have division? Yes, you have division. So in this number, the number is 10, 4, 2. Then you're adding 980. Then you're dividing by 140. Then you're subtracting 31 multiplied by 4. So division lies here. So I pick the two numbers on either side of division. So I am coming here to ask myself 980. I'm dividing by 140. 10 goes with the 10. 14 goes into 90 by 2, 7. By 2, this one is 4. Then you have 9. Then 7 by 7, 1 by 7, 7. So 980 divided by 140, the answer is supposed to be 7. All right. So by new sum is 10, 42. You are adding 7. Then you're minusing 31. Then you multiply by 4. We do not have any other division, so I go to multiplication. And if I multiply these two, 31 multiplied by 2, what is 4 by 1? That only gives you 4. Then 4 by 3, that only gives you 12. Then subtraction, this subtraction here, then you're having 7, then you have plus, then you have 1042. Okay, then I add these two. The next term is to add these two. 1042 plus 7 will give me 1049. I am adding here 1042 plus 7 gives me 1049. Then I am subtracting 124. And I can just come here and do the simple sum of subtraction. 1049. I'm subtracting 124. Then we subtract 9 minus 4 gives me 5. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. Then 0 minus 1, impossible. I borrow 1 from here. Okay, of course, you remain 0. Then 10. 10 minus 1 gives me 9. So my final answer is supposed to be 925. So that is the answer for that. If you go to the next sum, it is this one, and you want to work it out. So we have the number here. Let me write for you. I think it's not visible enough. We have 4 all over 7 minus 1 all over 6, then plus 6 all over 10. All right. If all of them, if you're having just the two, we only have these two signs, subtraction and addition, then I can just go ahead and get the LCM of all these numbers. The LCM of 7, 6, and 10. Although this 6 all over 10 can be simplified because you have a number that can divide both 6 and 10. But let me leave it like that. The LCM of 7, 6, and 10, you work it out and see what you'll get. So 7, 6, 10. Leave it be a huge number. Okay, let me see. By 2, you're having 7, you have 3, you have 5. By what? By 3, you have 7, you have 3, and you have 5. Oh, no, this one is 1. Sorry, this one is 1. So you have 7, you have 1, you have 5. This one. Then by 5, you have 5, we have 7. Let me make it a bit clear. By 5, this one is 7, you have 1, you have 1. Then finally you have by 7, have 1, 1, 1. So the LCM is 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6. 6 multiplied by 5, that is 30. 30 multiplied by 7, that is 210. 210. So I work it like this. So 210, I divide by 7. 210 divided by 7 gives me 30. 30 multiplied by 4, that gives me 120. Right? Please, you can confirm. You can confirm this one. Take your time. You can be able to slow down the video where you see I'm moving a bit fast. Please, you can slow down the video to understand what is happening there and even to confirm the calculations. So 210 divided by 7, that is 30. 30, if I multiply 30 by 4, that gives me 120. Then the sign here, it is subtraction. So that is what I'll bring here. So I am writing subtraction here because it is subtraction on this side. 210, if I divide by 6, I try to work it out. 210, you divide by 6. 210 divided by 6, somewhere here. By 2 gives me 3. By 2, 105. Then by 3, 1. By 3, it goes here 3 times, then 5. So this is 35. I have 35. Let me rub this working. But 210 divided by 6 is 35. Please, you can confirm that. 35. So I have 35 there. So we have 35. Then this sign of addition, I write it here. 210 divided by 10 is 21. 21, if I multiply by 6, it will be 6. Then you have 12. So this is for the other working. If I write it here down, so it is, now I take this one. I am taking 120 minus 35. 120 minus 35, I can work it. 120 minus 35, I see what I'll get. This is, I borrow 1, here 10, here I remain with the 1, 10, it's 5. Then 11 minus 3, that one gives me 8. So this 85, 120 minus 35 gives me 85. 85 is the one that I'm adding in 126. So if I add there, it is 85. I'm adding 126 to see what should be my answer. So 5 plus 6, 11, carry 1. This is 9 plus 2, 11, carry 1. Then you have 2. So my final answer, it is 211 all over 210. The numerator is 211. Denominator, remember we had it here. Denominator, it is 210. So I've written like that. You can change into mixed fraction, no issue. Change into mixed fraction, I can ask 210 goes in 211 how many times? Go there 1 time, remainder 1 all over 210. But still, even when you leave your answer into as improper fraction, no problem. Now that there is no specific way to leave your answer, I can leave at that level or this one, but I prefer this. Looks more simplified. You change into mixed fraction. So our answer is here. This is a bit congested, but you try to organize your work properly. You can write it inside a book or even on the same space if the space is enough. I believe the working is clear. This is getting the LCM and we've worked it out. This is 120 minus 35. I've gotten 85. Then 85 is the one that I have added to 126 so to get 211. You have that. Right. The next one is what is this one? This number is 2 all over 3. 2 all over 3. The next one is 5 all over 6. 5 all over 6. Then you have 3 all over 4. Then you have 7 all over 12 in ascending order. Now, we need first of all to understand what is ascending order. Ascending order is when you arrange fractions or numbers from the smallest to the largest. From the smaller, ascending. Ascending is beginning from the least of them going to the largest. All right, this one, there are so many ways again to work out this one. You can convert into decimal, you can multiply by 100 to give you in percentage. You can do the LCM, of which is the one that I'm going to follow. Getting the LCM of this, the LCM of 3, 6, 4, and 12. If I work it out, I believe the LCM is 12. Then you have 12 divided by 3. That gives me 4. 4 multiplied by 2, that gives me 8. I put a comma. 12 divided by 6, that is 2. 2 multiplied by 5, that gives me 10. Then 12 divided by 4, that is 3. 3 by 3, that gives me 9. Then 12 divided by 12, 1. 1 multiplied by 7 gives me 7. Now, this is the numbers that I'm going now to compare. This one correspond with this first number, 10 correspond with the second fraction, 9 correspond with this one, and 7 correspond with this one. In other words, I have, this one represents this one. I have made them to have the same denominator now. All right, if they have the same denominator, now I compare. Ascending order, you said you begin from the least to the largest. Let me arrange now. The least of all is 8. Not 8, is 7. So 7 is represented by this one. So I'll begin from 7 all over 12. Then the second one is 8. 8 is this one, 2 all over 3. 2 all over 3. The next one is 9. 9 is 3 all over 4. 3 all over 4. Then the last one, which is 10. 10 is 5 all over 6. So I've arranged in ascending order from the least to the largest. I believe that is clear for us. Okay, we go to the next one. I'm moving a bit fast so that we can compile all this work in one video. Right, so we have the next one and we have this one. Find the next number in this. So the next number here, I want to find the next number. The numbers here are 1. You have 3. I believe you have your paper. 3. Then you have 9. You have 27. And you have 81. These are commas like that. So they want me to get what is this number and that number, the 2 marks. Right. Now, I just look at the pattern. What do you think is happening here for these numbers? You can try and guess what is the next number in this. Look at this number. Here we have 1, you have 3, you have 9, you have 27, you have 81. You can have a clue. Of course, you cannot say they keep on adding 2 because that only happens to this one. You see that the conclusion here is that they multiply the previous number by 3. So 1 multiplied by 3 gives you 3. 3 multiplied by 3 gives you 9. 9 multiplied by 3 gives you 27. 27 multiplied by 3 gives you 81. So I'll multiply 81 by 3 to get the answer here. And the answer here I multiply by 3 to get the next number. So let me multiply 81 by 3. Can work it out here. 81 by 3. This one is 3. This one is 24. So my answer here is 243. The next one, I take this one multiplied by 3. Let me work it out somewhere here. 243. I am multiplying. Let me push it a bit slow, lower than that. So let me write it here. 243 multiplying by 3. This one is 9. This one is 12. Carry 1. 8, 9. So you have 929. So our next number, we keep on multiplying the previous number by this. Actually, you can even get the next number here by just multiplying this one by 3. You can try to see what should be the next number for this. So this is the third page we've done there. Let us go to the next page. Let me pick the next page, and the next page is page 4. Page 4, somewhere there. Open that one. Right, it's a continuation of that, and the instruction is as the previous one. I want to get what is the next number. So the next number here, my fractions are not clear. Let me write for you on this page. So the first number here, you can read together. 1 all over 2. The second one is 1 all over 4. The other one is 1 all over 8. The next one is dash, and you're missing that one. And the next one, again, you do not know what is there. Again, check this number. You can see, of course, the numerator is not changing. 1, 1, 1. So I can guess even the numerator here is 1. The numerator here is 1. And the numerator here is 1. Okay, let me write here down. The numerator here is 1. Let me write here down so that it can be clear. So the numerator here is 1 and the numerator here is 1. So 2, 4, 8. You can guess what is the next number. 2 multiplied by 2, 4. 4 by 2, 8. 8 by 2. So it is 16. Then 16 by 2, 32. So they multiply the denominator by 2, 2, 2, 2, and you get your answer like that. So this is 1 all over 16. Let me write for you here. The next number is 1 all over 16, and the other one is 1 all over 32. The 1 all over 32. So these are our answer that will give you 2 marks. The next one is what you have here. I believe this one is clear. You can read this number. This is 29.2154. We want what is the place value and the total value. Again, you want the place value and the total value. Total value of digit 5 in the following numbers. So I will do as usual. I want to get, first of all, what is the place value. Now, the place value of this, I'll begin. Remember where the decimal is? The place value of 9 is ones, and this one is tens. But on the right of the decimal, we normally begin with tenths, then hundredths, then you have thousands. So with THS at the end. So tenth, hundredth, then you have thousand. So the place value of 5, place value will be tens, hundreds, thousands. So you begin with thousands, then TH at the end. So I was keen about this one. Then, so you don't begin from your right side. You always begin where the decimal is, the digits on the right and on the left. Right, the total value, I want to get the total value of this. Now, again, let me write the number the same way it is, the total value of this one. You can read the number for me. I believe the number is clear. You can try and read for me the number. Is my work clear? uh, total value. So we want the total value of 5. I'll come and have 2, 9, then you have 2, 1, then you have 2 and 5, you have 4. This is the number that you are having there. So this is what we have. So you drop that 5 down. The numbers on the left, you turn them to be 0, 0, 0. Then here you have 0. No need of writing 2 zeros here. You cannot write 0, 0 point. It's just like that. Drop it. This is after the decimal you write 1, 0. The other numbers you turn them to be 0. On the right, no need of writing the other 0. Uh, Remember, take the difference between. You can go back to the first question. I believe it was the first question that you're getting the place value and the total value. Get the difference with this one. Here, I am looking at where the 5 is. The same way we were doing in the first one, I drop it down. So I turn the numbers on I check the next number. Has it reached 5? No. So there is nothing that I'll add here. Then the numbers on my left, I turn them to be 0. And on my right, also I turn them to be 0. And because it's on the right of the decimal, no need of writing those zeros. You can just leave your answer like that. So you have the place value, the answer is this one. Total value, the answer is that. Right. We have the next one. That is here. We have the next one here. That the length of a rectangular, so it's a rectangular box, is that one. Let me draw. It's good to have figure here. You draw this rectangle. Uh, don't worry about me without using a ruler here. Rectangle should have straight lines. But now for illustration, here I have the length, so the longest side. It is 2.56. Then the width is 3 meters. Calculate the area. So I need to ask myself, how do you get area of a rectangle? A rectangle area is length, is the formula is length multiplied by width. That is the formula of getting area of a rectangle. So I'll come and here and say that I am taking the length, which is 2.56. I multiply by 3. Right. So I can multiply. Here you have total number of decimal places. They are 2. So I just work it out somewhere here. 256. I multiply by 3. Then I'll put 2 decimals. So 3 by 6. This one is 6. 3 by 6, it is 18. Carry 1. Here multiplying. 3 by 5, it is 15 plus 1, 16. Carry 1. Then 3 by 2, this one gives you 6 plus 1, 7. So the answer is 768. But how many decimal places? Total, they are 1, 2. Here you don't have a decimal, so it's here 1, 2. So I'll carry 1, 2. My decimal is supposed to be there. And the units were in meters. So I'll say square meters. You write like that. So you get your answer like that. Right. The next one is the second last is what we have here, which is we are dividing. So I'm taking 0.072. We are dividing by 0.6. I can as well make it as 0.072. I am dividing by 0.6. I want to do it with the decimal. I multiply by 1, 3 decimals, 1, 2, 3. So I multiply by 1, 2, 3. Then whatever I do in my numerator, I do in my denominator. 1, 2, 3, 1,000. So these 3 zeros will go with the 3 decimal places. So my answer in the numerator will be 72. This 1 0 will go with 1 decimal. Then you remain the 2 zeros. So 100 multiplied by 6 gives me 600. Right. Then I try to simplify this one. I believe that 6 can go into 72. Yes, it can. A number is divisible by 6 if it's divisible by both 2 and 3. Right. So, right. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, it ends with 2. Divisible by 3? Let me check. 7 plus 2 is 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Right. So by 6, 6 goes into 6 how many times 1? Then 2 zeros. 6 here. It goes 1 time, remainder 1, 12. That one is 2. So you have 12 all over 100. This one, if I want to write it as a fraction, I can leave it like that. The answer is still correct, but I can go ahead and just say this one is 0 0.0, no 0 point, it is 12 because you're dividing by 100. It is supposed to be two decimal places. I'm dividing, so I'll move 1, 2. The decimal is supposed to be there, and I put the answer like that. Right. Finally, we get to the last one, and this question was a bit tricky. Some of us were getting the it wrong by not following instruction. The figure below represents the net. Of course, it's a net of a solid. The net is folded, so you fold it to form a solid. How many edges, faces, vertices do you have? Now, we know what are faces, vertices, I will explain, and the edges here. Now, first of all, I need to get the solid. I'm not supposed to read this one. I'm supposed to get the solid, and the solid is like this. This one looks like a pyramid. You can Google what is a pyramid, so that you can be able to see how a pyramid looks like. So if I draw this one becomes the base, so it is like this. The pyramid, my pyramid. Sorry, let me have some spaces here for drawing. Let me draw it somewhere here. Pyramid looks like this. Pyramid looks like that. You have like that. You have like that. So this now becomes, it was folded, the solid. So I count how many faces. So faces are these plain parts. So you have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and the other side you have 4. Then the base, they are 5. Vertices are like the this side where the two lines or more lines meet. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have the 5 vertices. Then the edges are these lines. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8 edges like that. So let me label for you. These are the edges. Edges are the lines. This one are the vertices. Vertices are where those lines meet. Then the faces, of course, are these ones. So these are the faces. So you can see like that. This is what we were supposed to do on that paper. So take time. You can, where it's not clear, please put inside the chat so that you can be able to maybe explain what I was doing here. But generally, this is what you are supposed to do for that paper. You take your time to do the correction of that to see what is expected of you. But it's wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Make sure to interact with this and even the other areas. We've done other videos of getting the squares of a number from the tables. Please take time to learn about them. Make sure you subscribe to make sure that if I post anything, you can be able to see what I've posted, and even like and share with your friends. And even it's good also to have a comment, just a moment of interaction. Thank you so much for taking your time. Have a wonderful time.